Hi, everybody. I'm attorney Andrew Branca, and today I'd like to talk to you about my firm, the law of self-defense in general, and about our newly launched online webinars in particular. Why concern ourselves about the law of self-defense? We recognize the world is a dangerous place. The FBI reports that there are more than 1.2 million violent crimes each year, including murder, rape, robbery, and deadly force aggravated assault. With about 300 million people in the U.S., it's not hard to see that the odds of being a victim of violent crime are a lot closer to 1 in 300 than, as many people might think, 1 in a million. Consider that 1 in 300 in the context of there being 365 days in a year, and the prospects of being a victim of a violent criminal attack suddenly don't seem distant at all. We also know that the police can't be everywhere, and that we're unlikely to be attacked when we're standing next to a cop. As the cliche goes, when seconds count, the police are only minutes away. After all, we don't get to choose the time, place, and manner in which we are targeted for murder, rape, robbery, or a life-threatening beating. The bad guy chooses. So we need to be prepared to defend ourselves and our families, and not merely rely on law enforcement to do that on our behalf. And that means effective and responsible self-defense. Now, in any act of self-defense, there are two battles that must be won: the physical battle, the fight itself, and the legal battle that follows. The physical battle is, of course, the most important. If you don't survive the physical fight, everything else becomes rather less pressing. Fortunately, there are many top-quality professional instructors who can teach just about any motivated person effective self-defense. What about the legal battle? Just as any responsible person prepares to win the physical battle, it is essential to do the same for the legal battle. Every state permits the use of force, even deadly force, in necessary self-defense. And you needn't get anybody's permission beforehand. The instant the threat against you is imminent, you can act in self-defense. But afterwards, your use of force will be carefully examined to see if it fell within the boundaries set by the law. And if it did not, the potential criminal penalties you face extend all the way to life in prison. Many people act in self-defense having given no particular thought to the laws governing the use of force, and happily discover afterwards that through pure luck they had stayed within the boundaries set by the law. Others are not so lucky, and face felony convictions and serious jail time, even life in prison. I urge you not to leave your liberty to luck. The stakes are simply too high. Educate yourself on where, in your state, the legal boundaries are set for the use of force in self-defense, so you can stay well inside those boundaries. That's our mission at the Law of Self-Defense, to educate law-abiding people like you on the boundaries of the use of defensive force, so that you can effectively defend yourself and your family while staying in compliance with the law. We want to teach you how to minimize your vulnerability to prosecution and civil suit. We want to enable you to make more informed, more confident, more timely, and more decisive self-defense decisions and actions. We want you to know that you've done all a responsible person can do to ensure that if you are forced to defend yourself or your family from a murder, a rape, a robbery, or a life-threatening beating, that you won't have to pay for that by spending the rest of your life in prison. How do we do that? We began with the book, The Law of Self-Defense. The most current second edition was published just in 2013, and it's available in both print and Kindle editions. The book covers the legal principles of self-defense, defense of others, defense of property, stand your ground, self-defense immunity, and many other areas of self-defense law. It includes the relevant self-defense statutes, jury instructions, and court decisions for all 50 states in a highly summarized form in tables throughout the book. And by highly summarized, what I mean is generally, for example, the statute number. Now, the statute number may not seem all that informative, But through the wonders of the internet, take that statute number to our blog, and you can read the full text of all the laws referenced in the book at no additional cost. So every statute, every jury instruction, and every court decision that's referenced in our book is available at our blog, lawofselfdefense.com, full text at no additional cost. The book can be ordered from Amazon.com in either print or Kindle versions, or autographed print copies can be ordered from our blog. The price is about the same either way. We also travel all over the country giving live, in-person, 5-hour-long Law of Self-Defense seminars. These cover the same topics as the book, but where the book covers all 50 states at a high level, the seminars cover a single state in great depth, whatever state we're in when we present the seminar. The seminars are very popular, but have two shortcomings that are inherent to any live seminar presentation. First, you have to set aside a 5-hour block of time on the specific date and location at which I'm presenting the seminar. Second, you get to hear the seminar just that one day while I'm there, and it's a lot of information to absorb in one sitting. I tend to refer to it as a fire hose of information. To overcome those two drawbacks of the live seminar, we're now offering state-specific Law of Self-Defense webinars, all personally presented by me, Attorney Andrew Branca. These webinars are structured exactly the same way as the live, in-person, state-specific seminars, but are recorded as slide presentations with audio and accessible over the internet, much as you're watching this slide presentation with audio over the internet. In this way, you can access the webinar at your convenience from your computer, tablet, or smartphone, rather than on my schedule and at my location. You can also absorb the information over a longer period of time than a single 5-hour block. Every webinar comes with a minimum of a month's access, with longer access available at a nominal cost. Webinars may also be shared within your household. So, for example, instead of a husband and wife having to purchase 2 seminar tickets, pay for the webinar once and you both have access. Webinars also allow you to post questions to me for clarification or any other reasons, making them interactive. And because we host the webinars on our servers, we also keep them updated as living documents, incorporating any changes to the law as well as new and interesting content and articles. Webinars also allow us to do things that the time constraints of a live seminar do not allow, such as including optional quizzes, so you can self-test your knowledge of each section. We currently have the Ohio-specific webinar up and running, with the following states in the final stages of preparation: Florida, Massachusetts, North Carolina, Oregon, Tennessee, and Virginia. Most of the webinar content is the discussion of legal principles, and that's largely the same in all states. Then we incorporate into each state's webinar that state's specific self-defense relevant statutes, jury instructions, and court decisions. So a large majority of the webinar is common across the states, and then the state-specific laws are, of course, different. For anyone interested in one of the 6 states listed above, you can order any one or more of those 6 states pre-launch, and you will receive immediate access to the Ohio webinar, so you can immediately begin to learn the principles that are common across all the states. Then as we launch your state's specific webinar in the next few weeks, we'll give you access to the state you specifically signed up for. For those ordering one of those 6 states pre-launch, you get access to the Ohio-specific webinar immediately, and your 30-day window of access does not begin counting down until you've been given access to the specific state webinar you ordered. Everything we've described, the Law of Self-Defense 2nd edition book, the live in-person seminar schedule, and the online webinars, as well as many self-defense law blog posts and free tutorial videos, can all be found at our blog, www.lawofselfdefense.com. There you can also leave comments and questions, including if you are interested in hosting a live in-person seminar in your area and which states you'd like us to prioritize for our next series of online webinars. That's it, folks. Remember, stay alert, be prepared, know the law. As Robert Heinlein said, your best weapon is between your ears, provided it's loaded.